The transformation from negative to positive in terms of perspective, in terms of how you feel, is absolutely wild. I remember years ago when I was on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, I used to look at people that were happy and I was like, ew, right? And now I look at people that are unhappy and I'm like, ew. Well, not really. I'm like, okay, you're there. That's okay. However, it's different now because the way that I'm approaching things is recognizing that I'm not responsible for people's emotions. Right? Before, when I didn't have boundaries, I used to tune in, and just get consumed and then lost. Right? The interesting thing about all of this now is that here's what I've learned. You might come from a place of pain, a place of hurt, a place of negativity, right? That which is comfortable, that which is familiar, tends to be repeated, right? You wake up with anxiety and depression, you're going to fall asleep with it, right? That's the program. The program is telling you that that's what's comfortable for you, that's what's familiar for you. So you're going to fall asleep that way. And then, of course, you're going to wake up that way. And then, of course, you're going to fall asleep that way. And you're going to wake up and fall asleep, wake up. Same thing over and over and over and over again. The most interesting thing in terms of, or I should say in regards to, the process, the transformation of going from negative to positive is, I mean, it's many. It's so many things. There are so many things that are interesting about this journey. However, how much lighter you feel when you're in a space of positivity, in a space of enthusiasm, a space of love, a space of, light and joy, and I'm getting more into the heart space, I would argue now, which, by the way, it's a beautiful space of awareness. The heart is far much more powerful than the mind is. And it's a mind as well. It's conscious, right? That thing there that's telling you what's going on, energy, feeling, right? It's real and it's communicating to you, and it needs to be listened to, because if you don't listen to it, you're probably going to find yourself in a worse off situation or position. But I'm here to talk about my own experiences coming from darkness to light. Um, and of course, I use that metaphorically. You can, wield both and everything and get different outcomes and stuff. Really, what this is about is from negativity to positivity. Waking up on a daily basis in the negatives, and then transforming that, or even transmuting that, transmutating, however you want to approach it. Waking up on a daily basis in positivity, right? Um, it's so interesting to now know that feeling is the secret. It's interesting because previously, what a throwback this is, I previously thought that I was a victim of my emotions, that I had no control over my emotions, right? I was somebody who regularly experienced anxiety and depression, right? However, I am not a victim of my emotions. Emotions come in and they go. However, I can also consciously use them productively and constructively, and that will allow me to attract, right? Because everything in here, or I should say everything out there, let's start with the outer world. Everything out there is a reflection of everything in here. You want to change that? Change this. That's how that works. And everyone, I wouldn't say everyone, many people are trying to, I'm going to use this as an example. Many people are trying to cause an effect, right? They're trying to manipulate the external. They're doing matter affecting matter, right? And that's the Newtonian model, right? However, you can approach it from a quantum model, right? Instead of causing an effect, You can affect a cause. Instead of working your fucking face off, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you can easily exhaust yourself. You can easily burn yourself out. But working your fucking face off for decades, all to experience something which then the effect comes. The effect is joy. The effect is like, ooh, right? Or you can feel that, ooh, and then it arrives. Reality has to match what you're feeling on the inside. So if your life is just consistent turbulence and struggles and chaos and bullshit, it's because your inner universe is that. You will never get in life what it is that you want. Actually, the only time that you will get what it is that you want is if you are being what it is that you want. If what you want is a life of fucking ecstasy and joy and excitement and just, euphoria and love, you got to be feeling that consistently on a daily basis, waking up in the morning and going to sleep at night. Right? The mind is always running a program. And if you're not aware of and in control of, in charge of, and giving the demands of that program consciously, you're just going to be recycling the same bullshit from childhood. That's all there is to it. But this transformation from negativity to positivity has been one of the most interesting for me. Because I have changed a lot. And it is crazy to reflect and realize how much has changed. Like, I'm talking now on like a daily basis. The amount of growth that happens as a result of insight and realization, the insight and realization is a result of consistent elevated emotions. Let me make this very clear. You think better thoughts when you're feeling better. Yeah. That's the way it works. You think better thoughts when you are feeling better. Of course you're going to. Of course you're going to. If you want your life to change, you've got to change your internal state. And it has to be consistent. Now, let me make this very clear too, because on a healing level, you need to feel the shit as well. Because if you feel the shit, it will decrease, the energy around the shit will decrease. That's just reality. So you got to allow yourself to feel whatever it is. The fear, the shame, the guilt, the anger, the frustration, whatever the fuck it is. You need to allow yourself to feel it. On top of that, you also need to allow yourself to feel the good feelings. By the way, people who have a hard time feeling the good stuff also have a hard time feeling the bad stuff. It's a matter of just allowing yourself to feel. That's what it comes down to, allowing. But I realized, actually the very reason that I'm making this video is because I'm thinking better thoughts as a result of feeling better feelings. It's all a cycle. It's all a chain of events. It's all a life gets better because you feel this, and then you think this, and then you do this. Thoughts, feelings, behaviors. You want your life to change? Look directly at those.